The fine-tuning argument for God's existence posits that the universe's conditions are so precisely calibrated to allow for life that it suggests an intelligent designer. This argument finds its foundation in discoveries from physics, cosmology, and biology, which point to the idea that the universe is fine-tuned to allow for the existence of intelligent life. We can present the fine-tuning argument using the following structure. Premise 1. The universe exhibits precise and complex fine-tuning necessary for life to exist. Premise 2. This fine-tuning is either due to physical necessity, chance, or design. Premise 3. It is not due to physical necessity or chance. Conclusion. Therefore, the fine-tuning is best explained by design. Let's break down each premise in more detail. Premise 1. Evidence of fine-tuning. Scientists have identified several constants and quantities in nature, such as the gravitational constant, the cosmological constant, the strong and weak nuclear forces, and the ratio of the masses of elementary particles. These constants must fall within an incredibly narrow range to allow life to exist. Even slight variations would render the universe lifeless. Here are two key examples of how precise this fine-tuning is. The cosmological constant. This constant describes the energy density of empty space, dark energy. Scientists have calculated that if this constant differed by even 1 part in 10 to the power of 120, the universe would not be capable of supporting life. To put this into perspective, a precision of 1 part in 10 to the power of 120 is like throwing a dart at a target on Earth and hitting a bullseye the size of a single atom. The strength of the gravitational force. The gravitational constant governs the force of attraction between masses. If the constant were altered by even 1 part in 10 to the power of 40, stars like our Sun would either not form or would burn out too quickly for life to develop. That level of fine-tuning is comparable to the adjusting a scale that spans the entire universe down to the weight of a single grain of sand. Let's look at premise 2 and the possible explanations. The fine-tuning could be due to physical necessity. The constants had to be the way they are due to some unknown physical law. Chance. The constants are what they are purely by accident or design. An intelligent cause fine-tuned the universe with life in mind. Now premise 3. Rejecting physical necessity and chance. Against physical necessity, there is currently no evidence or theory that suggests the constants must have these values out of physical necessity. Nothing in modern physics dictates that these values could be otherwise. Against chance. The odds against a life-permitting universe occurring by random chance are astronomically low. To put it into perspective, the chance of all the constants aligning in a life-permitting fashion is comparable to a person accurately hitting a 1 square inch target from the other side of the observable universe. The existence of so many precise conditions makes it implausible to attribute it to sheer luck. And premise 4, the design hypothesis. Since physical necessity and chance do not provide compelling explanations, the design hypothesis emerges as the most plausible. An intelligent mind, aware of the requirements for life, seems a reasonable inference given the fine-tuning evidence. Imagine a control panel with multiple dials, each representing one of the constants of physics. If these dials were set randomly, it is nearly impossible that they would all land on the precise setting necessary for life. However, if an intelligent agent were adjusting the dials with the intention of making life possible, it makes sense that the dials would be set the way they are. The presence of such settings suggests an intentional designer. One common objection is the multiverse theory, which posits that our universe is just one of many. In such a scenario, with countless universes having different settings, one universe capable of supporting life is inevitable. The multiverse hypothesis is speculative and lacks empirical support. Even if a multiverse exists, it raises more questions than it answers. For instance, why would there be a mechanism capable of producing so many universes? This mechanism itself would require fine-tuning, pushing the question of design further back. Additionally, positing a multiverse does not necessarily eliminate the need for a designer. Instead, it could point towards an even grander designer. Skeptics might ask, if God is the designer, then who designed God? This question misunderstands the nature of the argument. The fine-tuning argument posits that whatever caused the universe must be fundamentally different from the universe itself. In this case, the designer is posited as a necessary, uncaused being, a concept supported by other philosophical arguments, like the Kalam cosmological argument. God is understood as an uncaused cause, existing outside of time, space, and matter, therefore not requiring a designer. To conclude, you can link the fine-tuning argument to the existence of a personal God by highlighting the following points. The precision of the universe's conditions suggests intention, which implies a conscious mind capable of understanding what life requires. The presence of intent and purpose aligns well with the idea of a personal God. The fine-tuning is not only for life in general, but for human life, indicating a purposeful intention to create beings capable of intelligence, morality, and relationships, qualities that align with the characteristics of a personal God who desires a relationship with his creation. You may draw connections between the fine-tuning argument and religious beliefs that describe a God who creates and sustains the universe with order and purpose.